Hello. Okay, everybody, I'm so glad you are here and with listening to this. This is a safe, non-judgmental space, okay, where you can pause and reconnect yourself to things. Tonight about releasing, really identifying yourself for the remainder of this year, a collective energy. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Um, pretty much got with y'all, and it can base on relationships or just patterns that maybe you haven't been focusing on or aware of. Okay, so what the cards have to say. If you've been feeling stuck, overwhelmed, just need a place for it. Okay, you can always go to the description videos or go to my website and the book. Do just in itself. I do Catholic listen. You don't have to use. We don't have to use. Pretty much clear a lot of stuff that is already on in your subconscious. Um, but I do offer level, there's pressure over here. Take that, do what you feel. Feel free to engage in the chat and make sure that I read. Oh, as far as text, you can always text 340 I was like, I need to remember. Yes, right. Just going with the collective as a whole. I hope everybody is doing well. We're still doing the own energy. Scorpio ain't nothing to play with, okay? That's all I got to say. But let's just see what other deep emotions could be to the front. Uh, Scorpio is really getting into the emotions that we avoid sometimes. They all let's know. And get this. So let's see. I'll get with this card. We have to embrace your shadow. Okay? The shadow holds the truth you and use to transform your life. So there makes with your shadow self that you have that need to be not necessarily addressed, but just acknowledge, you know, that is non-shadow side of you. And the reason why they're bringing up is because unblock type of that may be coming up in the future. I hope y'all can see that. And it says to unblock when your energy is stuck, nothing moves. Okay, start small, clean it out, speak the truth, and move is medicine. Okay, so even if it is, and it's literally just for mental clarity, it's for this. If the body comes along with it, cool, but that's not the reason why. So let's see what's going on. Flow, unlocking the flow, like are working hand in hand. Over anything else before I go on to the other side? Thank you all. Really appreciate. I am coming out. So, let's see. No, okay. I'm gonna go one more time. But there are some. I want unhidden truth that you're just not willing to about yourself right now that could be friend. What better time now? Okay. Um. Ooh. It says heal, parent, and could be coming to the forefront. Okay. That's a big one. It says healing the bond with your parents from the past. It's release wounds and forward. Okay. You, that is the reason why you're being blocked. Because you are potentially talking to a parent right now that are still alive. I'm not giving like this is if your parents have transitioned, definitely leave great space. Maybe through other, whatever you feel comfortable, which we can have a discussion about some time. Um, Potentially blocking your transformative. There's some things that you want to work on and without addressing this past. If somebody was having like maybe didn't have the best relationship with your parents, yeah, didn't have a relationship with your parents. You're looking going down memory lane. That's maybe how you should would have went better in certain situations and circumstances regarding you and a parent, or maybe this is also your parents feeling about you. Again, that will resonate, but in order to move forward, and that is what's going on. Let's go ahead and what else is going to pop out because again, the whole topic of today is about releasing what no longer serves you, no longer serves you regarding relationships, environments, and with this could be a consistent pattern of things that maybe you are working through as far as your shadow self or in the background. You and the relationship parents could be children. Mm-hmm. Be you or it could be your parent, or also again children yourself or whatever. This could be your kids asking. Like everybody is pretty much at a standstill. They want to know I stand regarding with either or a parent, or you are asking your parents this, or your children are asking the parent, but just overall people know they are taking inventory. There we go. Or they're taking everybody in their life right now, which that's basically what everybody is doing. You know, all these, especially I expressed the whatever, and things replaying and reoccurring. This is not been nothing that's new energy. This is something that you basically have been saying. Whether it's like I said, the parent or the child parent, there's energy to the least. And with that, so this would be my math more tapped into your feminine energy, just being and people around you great. I know this a little bit. I don't know what I'm getting, but what I'm putting is too too hard. Whether if it was the parent being too hard on the child, or vice versa, or as you know, say um, the children are grown, so you know how they view certain things is a lot, and they vocalize and say y'all are actually talking the conversation in order to. Some of this too, it could be also for some is healing your inner child. Not everybody, unfortunately, who have So it could be more so of you just getting down to the bottom as far as where do you stand with how you move forward if they're no longer here, or just in a relationship. May not even talk. Okay? But you get better okay with where you are regarding the situation, so that you can unblock this energy flow and move forward. Because I don't like this. Embrace the truth. It's a you need to integrate it and use it to transform. Really honest with yourself regarding your inner. It's not this you're doing to yourself. You're causing confusion, turmoil, and you're through a real mental spiral. And it might look, and you might not necessarily you're definitely pulled as far as like it, or sorry, on the outside. Average person wouldn't even know that you all this shit going on. Figure out this thing, because it's allowing with this confusion, it is literally preventing you your mind on this to the focus areas that you need to in order for you to transform. People like to be visual creatures like myself, so I like to show y'all. So the first was, unfortunately, we talked about, so we're going to talk about it here today. Sometimes parents, okay, always want the best for you. They are still in, happen to be human being, biologically had something with a human being. Don't come for me. But said and done. This is this popped up. Needing space, feeling overwhelmed, boundaries, and retreat, like this parent and child relationship. Um, I'm not. This is not giving little kids, so we all wrong here or whatever. I want to really get into my target audience. I'm about to say, you work and taking space and taking time out. Right? With you setting the boundaries, going on basically pretty much more so of a retreat. A lot of confusion that is starting to play out could potentially, because you're trying to wrap your head around. Very interesting, not understanding like you out of it a little bit of understanding like they are still just a human, so they very much will be insecurities, fear of comparison, things like your parents could definitely be doing this to you. Okay? But a lot of times, and it's an overwhelmingly consistent pattern here is basically what I'm seeing. Sometimes little things, whatever little things here, or we will tend to, um, you know, get again, goes down to being so suppressed. Because a lot of confusion here, as far as where do I stand, is coming more. It's like there's, so to speak. This is parents' energy. The child, you're trying to wrap your head around this energy. Okay. And that's the biggest of it, natural energy flow. This confusion and turmoil, this kind of, the biggest is you being okay in the outcome. I think that has my warp. They like go into like all the constantly replaying over and back confusion and so many different questions. Now, you know, because I love record Y and Z, and ultimately, and okay with what it is, which you had to get up out of there. What was that? Had to get up out of there, okay? Because we're trying to get back to the flow. There's definitely could be more of, and they time. So April 15th, that has already passed. Be 15 weeks or 15 or something. He just much span 15. Um, and I like that it has a key there. Basically, a key being unlocked. Even have a conversation like if are still in effect um, here on mention. That could definitely be something in the perceivable future. Like I said, if it's 15 days, I'm not necessarily going to say years because this is like a current energy. Something that's coming in. So something to look out for, okay? Maybe also be something you want a comparison within yourself. Of, it could be a comparison as you have children, and now you are doing a comparison as to how you are and like comparing notes and again, comparison is the thief of all. Okay, everybody's their own individual. I think. I just want to put you more into all of this. Got to stop. Ridiculous. Excuse me, y'all. One flew on the floor. Hold on. Okay. Oh, and then we have blessings. Okay, it says blessings are gifts from the universe. Okay, receive and share. So as you basically are coming into new ways of thinking, new ways of this whole situation in itself, it's okay. This part that you like, and I do feel like I say like because that's such a strong word. You don't really care for, but what you have with is maybe sharing what you have with your parents because this is the growing theme, right? But the biggest of it, the overall reason this is coming out in the spring because of love. Okay, whether if it's more loving or have more of a better of love in itself, how you be loved, how you want to be loved, how you want others to love you. I know all of those are very similar, so very different. Okay, but that oh yeah, I can just love every way. Open your heart to feel it. Um, I like that this came out. Okay? Giving and simply being love, whether if it is we're talking about or is just you doing parenting, children of your own, regardless at the end of the day, it's going to over that is going to basically, like they say, love conquers. Okay, so what is the reason why you're having so many different questions? Why you're having different questions, and you're on unblocking the flow. Because it's a new love trying to basically, whether it is new love you view yourself, maybe even having love for your parents. Okay, let's keep it a thing. All the way through you, how you are viewing your parents, having love as to, you know, how you start to get older, certain things that your parents used to say or do or whatever, and you be looking at them like, well, they are coming in their own level of like wisdom and understanding. Simply just take age and years and things, time. You are now better understand love yourself as to that they loving you or they could love you at that point in time. Understanding love, okay. There's so many different ways to go with it, but in the great weeks or 15 days, you definitely have more communication. If it's not, if they are no longer in transition, get different signs and signals and messages or whatever. This is not is what I'm going to say. So when it comes to however it sees fit, it could definitely come in a way that you may have already been communicating. They're no longer here. Okay. Week. I love it. I love that, especially with the Scorpio, it's allowing people to really sit with themselves and really get down to the bottom of on the back burner. Like I'll yeah, okay. Like Scorpio digs deep, baby. They get up, get up in there. So okay, yeah, so ready to go on. Affirmation with the tide. It says, into one who rises happily, trusting where I'm, even when everything doesn't make sense. That's the reason why that's another reason why there's a whole bunch of, and you figure out you got all these different questions about something because there is clearly some level of, it's almost like you unlocked a new level of love and you're really trying to get to had one understanding of love, at least how you, and this is not making sense for what you're used to. Grab on that makes a little bit more to what you're used to. And your first teachers of love usually are your parents, okay? But saying don't fret, you know, at the end of the day, like, even though basically this right now, all that good stuff, they're still saying like, look, you know, find it, okay? Find it, most importantly. And to go in, importantly, with because they feminine energy or whatever, you definitely just go with all the messages. But and if there are questions that you need to ask or whatever, and ask, then you do that. Next card, which goes hand in hand with love, nurture, affirmation, and a spark of, okay. It's set my body exactly as it is, seeing it as a vessel for your love, form, and let me and care for me in every way. Okay, because I know that it's a little spontaneous for me. If you want to read as far as anything that about, want to have a conversation with me, it's the pure listening on my website. I said it once before in the beginning, but just to reiterate, it is 1-888-350-34. Number a lot. Regarding, I'm glad because especially with mother figures and mothering energy, especially for this whole, right, like there's so much coming up regarding family and the mother energy and the feminine energy in itself. Okay, mothers in this month of May, right? This is one of those ones where it really allows people to just really dig deep and reflect where they stand. Matriarch, matriarch, matriarch. I hope I'm saying it right. Butchered that. But um, it is matriarchy or you being okay with the as in order to move forward. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. Because mother is, I believe it's on the 10th this year, but it's a huge time for a lot of feelings and reflect. If it's they have the best relationship with their or with their mother or not, it's in a restrained relationship, seeking a lot of nurturing and mothering. So we want to be mindful of that. Also, you want to be mindful of your energy and how you are nurturing others, understand, or even in your subconscious, like the emotion going to be taking place for this entire month of May. Okay, we're gonna need a lot more hugs and we're gonna need a lot more love. People be going here. Let's be mindful. Um, from what I shake and just pretty much um, it's it's good for this to things to be brought up because the last thing you is to suppress and then get to a position where it forcefully for a situation. All right, that's we got. Just every time I see this card, I always stand in your power. Okay, and what better way of knowing how in your power you have your matriarchy and how to express. Okay, but morning, I gotta read the bottom. Because of steadiness, this deck, and we already the belt. Okay, what is this? This is one of my favorites. I have a few, but we and then we thank you all for coming again. Thank you to leave the rest. Okay? But this is and I love the fact that it came out on top of just saying that I needed because potentially regarding the industry as a whole. And so that sometimes really allow the message to come as you fit for again your situation regarding. Um, it says take a pause, dear. For right now, it's not. Ooh, pause. Pause. I one. For right now, it's time for plenty moving around you that need to be unrooted and lack in direction. This happens, it is because you are still in a transition stage. So with that, you may be trying to, or you may be hopeful about things you want to do moving forward, or whatever, and you want to execute, you want to add more and all the things, whatever, moving forward. However, you need to have that time to really sit still and process that you're asking for, and being aware of what is really going to take. A lot of times, where people jump into stuff, dive in head first because whatever. Go outside. My bad, y'all. I gotta wrap it up. Um, where was it? Being so far ahead too fast to the where you'll end up having to do an immediate stop, really process how fast you're just out there, just like on Moana, all over the damn place. When we don't need it right now. Really want you to slow it down, okay? Literally slow it down. So keep going. It says when this happens, it's because you are still in transition state. It is past dark, murky parts of your journey where is a value in the moments seems clear. So again, it still goes back to this, the first part that came, which is your shadow side, being okay and embracing your shadow side. Okay, there's some things that you didn't care for, or whatever you didn't like, so fucking, or you know, the things that people have done to you that you press and wrap your mind around. It's a place to really sit in with embracing your shadow side. Okay, everybody has. So as it may sound like a cliche, but it's true. Like everybody did some shit that they're not proud of, bro. Like, okay. Um, let me see. There is more to learn. Embrace or before making your plans. Attempting to force any change and more okay general turmoil. Simple as that. Perhaps you going even backwards. Okay. It's right to move ahead because clarity and assurance will return back to you. You will feel more energetically like this is right now at this present time. Even from however you receive them. Okay, that has also could be potentially going to a home, which is just like I don't. It says rather than focusing on the term that is immediately of you. Okay. It says now is a good time to detox, either in your home or the areas of your life. One of the, and I'm so glad it's circle because it's live, taking inventory. Everybody is doing it right now. It's full moon. Taking inventory of where you stand in a relationship. Like with this, I was having a lot to do with child relations, but I'll all of your relationships, all of your environments that you know, put yourself around. And your patterns is sticking out, continue to be in being around certain people and things that at the end of the day you that again I like to do this to simple conscious and mind. But shit is pricey. Like hold situations or whatever past the expiration date, like you see on this package that the expiration was ago, but you still some let me baby Scorpio form of energy. That shit loose. Shit loose. And even when it comes to and maybe some parents like because at the end of the day, everybody can't do that. It's transformative for a reason. Change is constant. It's going to happen. It's nowhere. So do with that what you will. And lead the rest. And lead the rest. But it says yes, clearing is useful. It will stimulate additional shifts and make room for is what I have for you guys, okay? And at the end of the day, I put this as in one liner. After you do that with yourself and you're being honest about where you stand within, okay? Embracing your shadow because you need that just as well as you need higher vibrational side. not only when it comes to love and love in itself, whether if it is being love, if it does not flow and if it, like you push and pull in order for it to work, is the reason you have to unblock your. That's the reason why you have to unblock your flow, because you are, to some talking to, you're creating more confusion and creating all chaos and having um, so many questions and so many time because you're refusing to honestly hard part out loud. And sometimes it does, and I do feel this was one thing. Fortunately, I even felt it at one point, and you were like, "Nah, nah, it don't make sense. What are you talking about?" It's such a real thing. Love, when it comes to love and it's action, but even through people's actions, there's still an energetic dance that comes with it. That over time, you should you should now what really okay, and they're not love as well. That's also. I have you guys. Let me know. Guys, thank you all so much for allowing me to read. Doing like, I appreciate this so much. Uh, one process. If they got anything, I don't feel like they do. Sure. But this is what the growing theme here is: love. Okay, if it is not love, if it does not feel like, it doesn't feel like, it gotta go. Simple. That's the one liner that I have for y'all. Okay? Please let me know if it did. If I appreciate any feedback that I ever from any. Again, if you would like to text other info regarding like how to reach me or personal impact or a reading, that's 5044. And time I all y'all love. Like, I appreciate you guys so much, and I will talk to you. How do I